Today, I'm going to talk about how CPF makes money for us. My relationship with the CPF is a tug of war between security and freedom. The CPF is a mandatory savings scheme for working Singapore citizens and permanent residents. It is a key pillar of Singapore's social security system. CPF topics are becoming very popular with Singapore citizens, and there are a lot of rumors about how it works. It is better to get a more realistic view about the CPF so that we can make a clearer decision about our retirement planning. So, how does the CPF make money for us? Step 1. CPF accumulates sticky funds from employees and employers. Employees contribute 20% of their salary into the CPF. Employers contribute 70% of the salary into the CPF. And there will be a total contribution of 37% of each worker's salary into the CPF. Step 2. CPF finds an investor who can provide predictable returns. CPF writes an IOU and lends the money to the Singapore government through special Singapore government securities. The Singapore government acts as a risk taker and a capital allocator. They borrow using safe leverage, also known as other people's money. The proceeds from these bonds are allocated to an investor known as GIC, also known as Government of Singapore Investment Corporation, a sovereign wealth fund that invests a large portion of the government's financial assets. Whatever returns GIC has, it will pay back to the government with ups and downs. Step 3. The government will pay the promised returns in the form of the IOU to the CPF, and CPF will pay out the required returns to its CPF member. So, as a CPF member, what do you get? In the ordinary account, you will earn a minimum of 2.5% per annum. For the MediSave and retirement account, you will earn a higher interest rate, currently at a minimum of 4% per annum. The government will pay an extra 1% on the first 60,000 of a member's combined CPF balance, with a cap of 30,000 for the ordinary account. One thing is clear: if you invest your borrowed money, the investor you choose must have predictable and stable returns above the cost of borrowing. If not, the pension will not be sustainable. If you refer to the Mercer CFA Institute's Global Pension Index, Singapore is ranked 5th in the world, with a B grade with a score of 78.7. Imagine Singapore, a country that's obsessed with straight A's, got a B grade for CPF. If you look deeper into the score, CPF did well on governance and integrity because of our strong and stable government. But we did not do so well on adequacy and sustainability, as we have an aging population with a low fertility rate and will require better performance from our investment team. So, for my viewers, what are the actions you can take? The deposits in your CPF can be allocated to the CPF, which will be allocated to the government and GIC as your only investor. Alternatively, your OA funds can be allocated to other platforms, which can be invested into the Singapore stock market, REITs, or other better performing fund managers. When I was starting out as a beginner, CPF is a welcome and necessary safety net. But for advanced investors, it is a set of financial handcuffs that prevent you from taking acceptable risks and building wealth on your own terms. So, do you prefer security or potentially better returns? Do you want to unlock the power of the CPF with me? Do like and subscribe, reshare, and grab a comment below so I can get to know you all more.